Coastal Bend in the spotlight. The Director of Development Services, Al Raymond, tells 3 News residential building permits are at their lowest point since 2018.
Yeah, according to numbers released, the number of those permits are about half of what they were last year. On the bright side, new commercial permits are up by 16% over last year, though that's still down from a 5-year high from back in 2019.
Over the years, Development Services has undergone many changes to try and improve the permitting process. Tonight, our Michael Gibson introduces us to the woman tasked with ensuring that Corpus Christi is known as a developer-friendly city. Michael?
Well, today I spoke with a couple of business owners who sang the praises of that ombudsman woman, a person who is doing a lot of hand-holding to try and change the perception of development services as a place it's hard for developers to deal with as they try to get their project built and completed. Michelle Olafghani owns Bien Mariette, a bakery which specializes in French pastries. It's located here along Staple Street close to 6 Points, and she says business has been great.
We just kind of grew and kept growing, and I do feel that we are continuing to grow. So I wanted to make sure that we're prepared for what the future is, looking for a new building, finding a new space, renovating a new space.
So she bought the old Dobson building across the street from the Texan Trail HEB. Her plans are to renovate it and turn it into a full restaurant and bakery. She says the city's Development Services Department has been a huge help along the way.
They really did hold my hand. I know a lot of people have other opinions, but they did really hold my hand, help me through the process.
Over at Development Services, Yvette Dodd-Wallace is the person business owners like Michelle have turned to for help. One of her many jobs is taking on the newly created title of Ombudswoman for the department.
This point of contact now helps create that direct link where people will know to come to me or to call me or send me an email if they're running into any obstacles or even before the obstacle occurs.
Armando Chavarria owns V&M Plumbing. He says he's been coming here to Development Services for 53 years to get his permits. He says anytime he has a problem now, Wallace gets things straightened out.
They get fixed by her. Oh, she calls me back, come back later, and we'll have it ready for you. So I have no problem with Development Center.
Michelle Olafghani says while she's moving her bakery, she's not abandoning this site. She says she's going to open up a Middle Eastern restaurant here. So she may need the guidance of the city's ombudswoman once again. And Al Raymond, who runs Development Services, told me that the city's also working with developers to try and get them interested in developing certain properties around town. He also told us that while City Development Service offices across the country are known as being a bureaucracy nightmare, he assures us his department is now not one of those, thanks in large part to the new ombudswoman position that Yvette Dodd-Wallace has taken on and seems to be able to be making a real difference. Rudy, Leslie.
All right, thank you, Michael. And still on the